a lot of people are dependent on so many different medications, and these medications are basically keeping some people alive. And if the pharmacists are going on strike because the pharmacists feel that they're not getting paid enough, or they feel like they don't have enough people to help them get everything out, where does that leave people who really need this medication that's keeping them alive, really need this medication that's, they need their medication? Where does this put these people as far as getting what they need? And that's why I think it's a good thing that they have, I mean, people like us right now who are holistic healers and want to help people, but people don't want to help. They want to stay on that synthetic medication. And it's like, what if you can't get that medication? So now it's kind of like, okay, so what do we do now? What are we going to do now? And I feel like, medication and doctors, everybody has their place in this world. But when it comes down to just not being able to get what you need, what are you going to do now? Are you going to lay down and just, okay, that's it, I'm not going to do anything about it? Or are you, because some people, I really do believe they're going to try to figure out a different solution. They're going to try to figure out something else, and then they're going to be like, this is too much work, I'm not going to keep doing this is too much. They're going to go to YouTube, they're going to go down the rabbit hole and just feel like, nah, I can't keep doing this, and feel like, it's too much, when it's been, and I haven't even been, I've been talking about eating better and stuff like that. But as far as the coaching, like, I haven't been going that hard on the coaching until a couple of months ago. So now it's kind of like you got people that are willing to help you, but are you going to take that help? Especially when it boils down to the pharmacists they're going on strike. It's kind of, I mean, to me, it's kind of sad in a way, because I know a lot of people are going to be affected by it, and not affected by it in a bad way, because some people can't go without certain medications. And now it's going to be like, are y'all going to take the help of the holistic healers, the holistic coaches, eating better? Like, it's time to really think about how you're going to do what you need to do as far as your medication if you can't get to it. And I know I talk big, I know I talk a lot of junk, but I know that certain people are not going to change the way they eat. They're not going to do it no matter what. But to the ones that you really want to change your life, and you know that, because this is happening this time, less it could happen again. We don't know at this point. And then they had the not too long ago where the airplane went into one of the buildings, and the building caught fire. So now it's kind of like, now there was already a shortage on certain medications. So now there's going to be a strike. So now it's kind of like, what are you really going to do at this point? Are you going to take the help that people are giving you when they're, I mean, there's nutritionists that probably told you what to do. Your doctor probably told you what to do, because everybody doesn't have a doctor that's always prescribing stuff. Some people actually have good doctors, and the doctors are telling them to eat better, and they're not listening. So then they have to prescribe them something. And that gets kind of like, now, can you just eat better, or do you really need these pills now, because this stuff has been keeping you alive for so long? So now it's kind of like, well, what are you what are you going to do? You're going to take the help that's given to you, or you just gonna lay down and call it a day? Because at the end of the day, some natural disaster could have happened and you can't get your medication. You can't get your medication. So I think we need to stop thinking, for one, we need to stop thinking that these people are always going to be around to help you, because I really think they're going to go on strike. To be honest, I really think they're going to be on strike, and some people are going to be really messed up if they go on strike. But then there's going to be some people that are going to say, you know what, this can happen at any time. It can happen at any reason, anything. They're always talking about an apocalypse and all this crazy stuff and all this. But what if a storm hits, a really bad storm hits, and you can't get out to get your medication? What do you just sit around and just wait until? Because I live on the East Coast, so we have snowstorms, we have ice storms, we have so many things that go on. And at one point, the city was shut down for just like a week from an ice storm. So imagine if something worse happens, and now your city is shut down, and now you can't get to your medication. I think because we live somewhere where everything is so accessible that everybody kind of thinks, oh, that'll never happen. That'll never happen. And it might not. But at the same time, you kind of got to put it into perspective that it might not happen, but what if it did? But if you really thought about it and said, I'm going to change the way I eat, I'm going to start exercising, I'm going to start thinking better, because it's not just what you eat. If you think that way and get your body in shape and start taking care of your body so that your body can take care of you, then you probably wouldn't have to worry about them closing down or them striking or them raising price, like just things like that, because nobody's thinking about these things because they're so accessible. So when it comes down to not being able to get your medication, a lot of people that believe what I believe, they're probably not even gonna have the time to like sit down and talk to you because they're gonna be so backed up. So it's time now to get everything situated and get your health in order and get it in order the right way. And stop thinking that you're always going to be able to go pick up a prescription, or you're always going to be able to go pick up some Tylenol, because that may not be the case. So we really got to start thinking about, how are we going to take care of ourselves if we can't get to that stuff? Because I got stuff in my house. I got herbs in my house for a headache. I can't even tell you the last time I've taken something for over the counter besides Benadryl, and that was only because people are just too, I don't know, they just don't clean up after their cats, and there was just cat hair everywhere. The place that I was, and the cat wasn't even in that house, and I was just like, the other person, they don't dust themselves off before they left. So that's the last thing I've ever taken was like Benadryl. But other than that, I can honestly say that I have not taken anything over the counter. I have not had a prescription. I don't know. I can't even tell you maybe right before I went vegan, maybe 2015, 2016. That was the last time I've had a prescription. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think that was probably it. But honestly, I don't do any of that over the counter stuff. And I'm not trying to be whatever, but if you really have medications that you need and that you know for sure you need them, it's time to start thinking about some alternative ways to keep yourself alive. Because if they do go on strike, they're not gonna call you and tell you, "Hey, come pick this up." I mean, unless you're really cool with your people that you're there so much, but I don't think they're gonna call you and tell you, "Hey, come pick this up. We're going on strike tomorrow." So I really need y'all to think that everything is not always going to be accessible, especially here in the States. The way things is going right now in the States, if you're really paying attention, a lot of people are leaving the States. So if you're really paying attention and really watching how things are going, please don't think everything is so accessible, because it's not. So eat better, start exercising. If you need help, I am around. You can DM me, I'll send you my calendar link, and we can get right the holistic way so that you don't have to use them synthetic medications. But you got to want to do it for yourself. I can't do it for you. I'm here to help, but I can't hold your hand. I can't make you do it. But I'm definitely around. Like I said, I'll DM me. I'll send you over my calendar link. We can talk. But you got to want to do it, because the synthetic medication is just not, it's not it. So I'll talk to y'all later.